Hello everybody and welcome to Farming Simulator with me. And I'm at my farm here in Goldcrest Valley, which is the standard map obviously in Farming Simulator. This is a modified version of the map. And I'm slowly getting to grips with the game. Now I've done a few things since my live stream on Twitch the other week, which I archived here on YouTube, so you can go and check that out, where I was beginning to get to grips with the game. As you can see, I've done some ground modification. I've put in some concrete here, and I've purchased myself a hayloft so I can get hay. Equipment wise, I've still got my Valtra tractors, my combine, I've got my cultivator stroke seeder there, I've got my seeder stroke fertilizer that you start with, the cultivator that you start with, so not really changed anything. Obviously I've got my seed dispenser, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, my vehicle workshop, which I've put on, I haven't used it yet. I've got my plough. That is something I've had to purchase. I've purchased the plough because obviously you have to periodically plough your fields every so many harvests to keep yield. I've got a roller as well, which you use after you've ploughed, which can add like a fertilised state to the field. Obviously I'm still using up my initial starting pallets of seed and fertiliser. Once that's done, obviously I can store vehicles in this shed. Obviously I've got my pressure washer over here. My combine is currently parked over there because I'm waiting for that field to grow, and that'll probably be the next field that needs harvesting. What else? Obviously I've got a baler now. I've bought a baler so I can bale grass and straw, which is useful for selling. I would like to bale hay as well, but at the moment I don't have a tedder to be able to turn grass into hay. I've got my tippy trailer for putting my bales of grass and straw onto. I've got my little lawn mower for keeping on top of the grass. That's a great little machine. It has two functions. It can either, when you're mowing, it can collect grass in its own little hopper here, which you can then tip wherever you want or need to tip it. I thought I could store grass straight in the hayloft, but apparently you can't. Grass isn't accepted in the hayloft. I'm guessing it has to be hay, dried grass. So basically I have to come up here and basically sell my grass in my barn along with my bales of straw at the moment. Obviously got my silo here. I've expanded the entrance pathway in here a bit, and again I've made things a bit wide. I got rid of the little shed that was here, and then I obviously put down some more asphalt, hard standing, and then bought another shed, a slightly smaller shed to put here. And then again I've kind of widened the entrance road in and out. I've obviously ran a bit more of a road around the outside of my shed to give my vehicles a bit more turning room when I'm trying to get to the silo. Unfortunately this hill here is proving a bit of an issue for getting vehicles in and out of, and I can't find a way in which I can chop that out and level off the terrain. Doesn't seem to be a feature in Farming Simulator. Obviously I've got my fields sort of sowed and harvested. There's a couple of issues that I'm having where I'm kind of messing up a bit still when I'm doing my field work, and I'll show you field 19 in a minute, which is probably my worst attempt at farming yet. But I'm probably going to not use that field for crops in the long run anyway. I'm probably going to turn it into a grass field so I can get hay. I got rid of the small shed that was in this location, and again I've put down some asphalt, hard standing, and then I've got this other vehicle shed, which is quite nice, and you can it's got lights. It has lights, a bit like the one over there. It has lights, so you can illuminate it. But yeah, I'm probably going to keep probably move my trailers into here, I think. And I've got my fertiliser over there. I've got a tiny little shed here. So yeah, been doing quite a bit of work whilst I'm waiting for everything to grow, because obviously I'm using the growth control mod, which makes it a little bit more difficult to I'm just going to quickly check, because I don't know if I'm supposed to be fertilising those fields or not. Okay. I could probably do with getting my fertiliser running. You know, in fact, actually, I'll do that. I'll jump in my fertiliser and I'll quickly take you down to field 19 to show you the absolute state I've left that field in. And then, so we're going to get follow my accelerator pedal. Hopefully it's under my right foot. Ooh, my steering wheel feels ever so light. Oh, I think I've turned down the strength of the centering spring too much. Some people may have noticed in some of my live stream videos there's this bit where the wheel sort of rattles, even though it's like in a set centered position. It kind of like, it would make that kind of noise. And yeah, I think that was the centering spring, but I think I've turned it down a little bit too much, because there's basically no force feedback now. There's no resistance there. The wheel is very light. Yeah, this is field 19, which I kind of ploughed, sowed and harvested the other day, but I messed up with my seeding. I think I set my seeder's width too low, and I ended up with well, I've got lanes basically, as you can see. I've got gaps between my crops, and also because of the way the seeder works with the Pro-Seed add-on. Obviously it puts down tram lines, like you can see in that lane there to the right of me, so I end up with even more gaps in my crops. So this field's not going to yield a great deal, but I'm thinking that this field I may just sow grass on it eventually, yeah, and use it for making hay and grass bales, which I can sell for profit. Although I have been doing a lot of work over on field 16 over here. We've got the farmer over here. I did loads of missions, which is why I've got lots and lots of money at the minute sitting in my account. But this field is obviously quite a bit weirdly shaped. It makes it a bit difficult to do work on, because it goes a bit, it's not completely rectangular. It's because of the railway line, it goes off at this weird angle over here, and then you end up with this kind of skinny bit down this end, and it's a bit close to this hillside as well, which makes using large machinery on here a bit of an issue. So what I'd be thinking of doing, what my plan would be, is when I buy this field, which I should be able to do fairly soon because I'm at pretty decent standing with the guy, is maybe come along and basically chop this field, chop the end off this field, shorten it, and then I might use this as my grass field and keep field 19 as my crop field. I'm not entirely, I say, I haven't completely made up my mind yet. There's still a few more jobs I need to do for that guy before I ultimately get the I can get the best price for the field. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking to say. My brain failed on me then, big time. Right, so I'm going to fertilise these to seed. I think I must have left either a ridge marker down on this field. I think that's the issue. Pretty sure I ended up doing. There was a bit that was missed by my worker because I hired a worker to do the sowing, and then I went back and did it afterwards. And basically, what I think happened is that I had the ridge marker left down, and well, I ended up gouging a great big chunk out of my field. But like I say, I'm not a professional farmer. I know nothing about farming, and I will get better one day. So I would think by the time I've fertilised this field and the next one over yonder, I'll be ready to refill this, and hopefully then I'll have used up all the pallets that are in that small storage shed, and then I'll be using the actual big tank then to do my depositing, refilling, which I'll then be able to establish as a refill point for my course play workers when I start setting up my course plays. Steering's definitely too light. I'm going to have to fix that at the end of this recording session, because that's just weak ass. I like some resistance when I'm turning the wheel, but like I say, I don't want that knocking when the wheel's just left on its own, because that's neither here nor there. When it gets on your nerves, especially when, like you say, you're doing a job for a worker, a job for another farmer, and you basically set up course plate, and then you just want to chill out and relax. You know, doing some of those 4-hour harvesting missions, and set the worker running in the night. I lay in bed, or lay on my bed, put the laptop onto Netflix, and kick back whilst the worker does the work, and I reap the rewards afterwards. Nearly out of liquid first. Check to the end of the field. Boop, turn it off. So yeah, I've put a path all the way around this field and extended that to make that better. And then what I plan to do, establish where, again, getting used to the working widths of the equipment is one of the things I'm also trying to do, because everything differs. I like a little bit of an overlap, but I don't want too much overlap, otherwise I'm wasting fertiliser and seed and all my consumables, which can be quite expensive. And like there, I'm not fertilising the edge of the field correctly. I've missed a tiny little sliver. I mean, it shouldn't make too much of a difference, I don't think, to yield, but obviously it's not very efficient. I just should probably take a little bit more time and care of what I'm doing. I'm probably going to hit that tree. So, put the sprayer back on. one of the things you've got to kind of get into the habit of doing, I suppose, is picking a spot on the horizon and just driving to it. And then you keep your lane discipline, and you're not weaving around all over your field. Of course, you can also use the GPS mod. The GPS, if you've got a tractor equipped with it, and that takes any steering out of the equation. Let's aim for that tree. Come on. It's keeping myself busy on my farm at the minute. During the daytime, although I have got the time set ridiculously fast at 15 times. I probably should have slowed that down actually. Otherwise it's going to be night time, and then we end up having to do lots of work for the workers, the other farmers at night time. I farm my farm during the day, and then I do the work for the other farmers at night in the game. %, so I'm probably not going to get this whole field done in one tank. I'm probably going to end up missing a bit towards the end. We'll see. I might get there. Might just have enough. Three, 2. I'll tell you what, it's probably timed to perfection this. It's got just enough. There we go. Fold it back. Now what I probably ought to do is go and refill her. Ready for the next bunch of fertilising. Like I say, I'm going to use the pallets up first before I start using the big tanks of stuff. Why isn't it letting me refill my spray? Can we get that? It should do. Shouldn't it? Yeah, refill additional tank. Okay, so that's that all used up then. So now, is this the liquid one over here? Yeah. So finish refilling, and then drive past it a bit more and refill the big tank on back. Job's a good one. So that's that done. We'll park this back over here this time. Right. One of the things I need to do before I forget is slow these bloody trains down, because they zoom around the map at ridiculous speeds with the auto drive mod, and they tend to wipe out your vehicles at the level crossings else. So my Massey. Kind of between jobs now. What else could we do on the map? No. Have a look. Growth. We could go do some work for a farmer. I could go down to field 23 and harvest that, I suppose. Because that'd be another field I'd be very close to buying pretty soon. Same with field 24. Let's go and have a look then. See what this guy wants. What does this guy want? Helps if I'm looking in the right direction. He wants. So harvesting. Mission progress is not saved when quitting. Okay, so let's do this then. And this will actually probably be one of the last few missions I have to do for this guy. I have to put this on, otherwise you never know when you're going to be at the point where you can attach the header. There it is. Attach the header. Right. Unfold the combine, turn the combine on. B. I'm going to activate my... I'm just going to shift that slightly. So I get all of the thing. And then I'm going to activate my cruise control. And then basically, I'm going to do my harvesting. I've got 34 minutes to do this field. So I need to go for that one. He's growing soybeans. I don't think, what am I growing at the moment? Canola and wheat, I think, are the only two crops I'm growing. I do need to branch out a bit and get a bit more diversity in my crop stuff. I'm just trying to build up my silos. One of the things I did, I was playing it yesterday after. I was trying to record a video yesterday, but it didn't quite work out. But I had my first experience with weather in the game. I had like a snow and hailstorm, which basically meant I couldn't do anything. It wouldn't let me harvest, because you can't harvest in that. There wasn't a lot I could do. It would let me plough. It would let me plough my fields that needed ploughing, but that was about it. Oh, slow down, Jeeves. Right. I probably need to dial the cruise control back a bit for when you are off field, otherwise it takes off. I can almost manage the turns. I can manage the turns quite well normally, but in that case, where it's, as soon as I lift the header up, it starts to accelerate up to 20 miles an hour. I've got no chance of turning, keeping the turning circle low then. But yeah, definitely using the GPS is good for when you're doing lane work like this, because it takes the steering out of play. It keeps it, you know, it keeps the vehicle pretty much on track. You've just got to, obviously, turn it round at the ends. Do you know what? it's doing that. That's not very helpful. Again, I've turned the centering spring down, and I probably should have had that, because it doesn't straighten itself back up. So I'm going to have to come back and do that lane in a minute. I could of course set up the GPS to automatically turn the combine at the end of each row, but that just seems a little bit too easy. That just seems too easy going. I'm not actually going to lift the head up this time, I've decided. What I am going to do yeah, I'm not enjoying the steering. Some kind, I need a little bit more centering spring. Otherwise my Driving Force GT wheel, which is what I'm currently using, feels very toy-like in this game. I mean, there isn't any traditional force feedback like you would find in like racing games and stuff like that, and like the truck, like the European truck simulator game and stuff that I've been playing. But you do need the wheel to have a bit of resistance, so I do need to kind of turn that spring strength back up. The thing is, I could have had course play do this, because I've already done jobs on this field. So I could have had the course play driver doing this. Which would have been a bit easier. But this is a nice field. Again, it's slightly funny shaped. It's kind of, you know, it's not completely rectangular, it's a bit of a trapezoid, but again, it's the kind of field I would like to get purchased, because it's a decent size. I would probably want to grow things on it, like maybe sunflowers or corn. I wouldn't perhaps use it for crops. Field 22, obviously, which is the one directly in front of me, that's another one of those fields that's a bit funny shaped. What I've seen some people do is buy both field 22 and 23 and then kind of join it together, and then do away with that little bit on the top of field 22, so you've got one big long, almost rectangular shaped field, which is a possibility. It's something I could look at doing. Come Come on. Come on, GPS mod. Of course, the GPS doesn't kick in while the wheel's at a certain angle. Which can make it even harder to turn your combines. The only thing that makes this sort of working on these fields a bit difficult is the fact you don't have a lot of headroom. Again, so you're kind of forced to farm, even though they're big fields, you're forced to use little machines and little tools because you haven't got the room to turn round properly at the ends of each sort of stint. That's how you kind of look at it at the end of each lane. Obviously you haven't got a lot of room on your left because of the railway track. You haven't got a lot of room on the right because you've got the trees and the road. You've got a road in front of you here, and you've got the field 22 behind you, so this field's quite tight. Again, one of the things I would probably look at doing if I was farming it. Whoa, got a bit of a tank slapper going on. Because of where the wheel is. Is maybe take a little bit off each side, narrow the field down a little bit on all sides. We're using the roller, get rid of a bit of field so you generate a bit more space at the ends, you know, at your headlands to get your machinery turning round without obviously risking going into traffic or into the path of a train. Again, it's probably not so bad on this field because, like I say, the long-term plan is probably to join 23 to 22 and just run it straight across and then lose obviously all that to the right. I don't know, maybe you could plan something a little bit smaller in that area on the right there. I don't know. Again, it's not something I've really given too much thought to at this point in time. What's happened there? Why is it turned off? That was strange. Whoa, come back! You're driving all over the crops. You said I must have pressed the wrong button. I hit the ignition button rather than the GPS. Damn! So that's why the vehicle stopped. That's why the header lifted up, and that's why I ended up driving into the crops and destroying everything. Oh! Hey, if you want professional farming, watch real farms, like I say. Go stand in a real field. I'm trying my best here. Not drive on the railway. I'm a bit slow now because I'm using. Can't pick the header up because you have to be on the header tool. Again, that's something I don't. I do find a bit strange that I can't, unless I've got the header selected on the little tractory icon on the right hand side there of the HUD, just below the speed. You can't lift the header up. hopefully we'll get all this little bit, and then we'll do. Should get this field harvested inside the time limit. I'm sort of 2/3 of the way done now, so here comes the train. Choo choo! Choo choo train, choo choo! Lift the header up. Let's get some speed. Speed. Greasy, fast speed. Just gonna slow this down a little bit. This line here. Go. Drop the header down. Should hopefully get all this lot. Shouldn't miss too much. Four more lanes. Should be able to do that in 19 minutes. You don't have to do the whole field. There is a bit of leeway built into these missions, so you don't have to get, you know, completely 100% of the field done in the time limit. And some of the missions can be quite generous with the amount you have to do. There's a couple of missions I've done where I've almost had like half the field left to do, and they've gone, well done, mission complete. I'm like, really? I've only sown half your field. Or I've only fertilised half your field, and you're paying me? I've only done half the job. Nearly 3/4 of the way there. Get this done, get paid. Make some bank. Make some bank. It's all about making the bank. Have a bit of first person camera action, how about that? $16:47 must be the in-game time, I'm guessing, on that heads-up display. Little screen. That was a better turn. That was a bit more controlled. Make a bit of more of an O-shaped turn rather than trying to do a straight U-turn. This mission will probably complete actually as I'm doing that next lane. I probably won't have to do the last lane, which will be a bit weird, but hey ho. Also find it's one of the things I do find strange is when you do these missions for farmers, all their machines are brand new. Like this combine's only got 0.3 hours on it. It's like, really? You buy new machines every time you want a job doing? They must have a lot of money if they can afford to buy new machines every single job and task on a field. Every field has its own machines. Oh no! There's missed bits. Careful, careful, don't drive all over his nicely seeded field. Missed a couple of bits though. Good job you don't have to mow and harvest the whole field. Because I'll be going out of my way to get those two squiggly bits. I'll probably have about 10 minutes to spare on this mission, which is not bad. It'll give me a nice little time bonus on top of what the farmers already agreed to sort of pay me doing the work. And then I'll probably be able to look into buying another seeder. Because at the moment I don't have a seeder that can sow corn, sunflowers, that sort of stuff. And I don't have a header that could harvest it, so I'd need a header and a seeder. I would. I need a header and a seeder. Then I'd be able to start growing a few more different types of crops. I could grow corn, sunflower, and a couple of the other ones. Obviously I don't have the seeders that will enable me to grow potatoes or sugar beet. Not bad, 14 grand for the job, nearly 4 grand time bonus, so about 18 grand there for that mission, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. I'm gonna run back to my farm now. Quick, before the train comes, don't get run over. Shall we try it? Come on. Don't try this at home, kids. Don't stand on the level crossing. This is going to hurt. Okay, that's a bit weird. Didn't even make him leave a scratch, did it? It didn't leave a scratch. Probably need to work on the physics a bit, giants, in future games. Right, what else can we do? So we're still at 15 times speed. I'll tell you what I want to do, quickly, whilst in this video. which may be the first of a few of these videos in this game, because I am really enjoying playing this game at the minute. I can't believe I would find a game like this to be so enjoyable, but alas, I am. So let's, because it's going to get night time soon, and I don't want it to be night time just yet, because there's plenty to do. So let's slow it down to 1 time speed. And I have fixed this mower. Yes, it does go a bit faster now than it used to. Woohoo! But hopefully it doesn't take off like a freaking rocket ship. It was a little bit too fast, the acceleration, because I modified its speed a little bit. Give it a bit of an upgrade. So let's first of all turn on the mower. Whoa there! Again, this doesn't really work with the steering set so badly. Oh, I'm collecting the grass, I'm not windrowing it. I wanted to windrow it, really. I did. So let's first of all do the edges. Whoa, yeah. Definitely going to have to sort out the centering spring issue on this wheel, because this mower's a little bit lively when it turns. It's got pretty much a 0 turning circle, which makes it very useful for tasks like this, for getting around buildings and trees. Mowing. Like I say, I would have liked to have windrowed it, because then I could have used my baler and made some grass bales. But alas, I changed the mode. I changed it to self-collection. Because originally I wanted to see if I could just mow and then dump this stuff at the hayloft, store it in my hayloft rather than sell it. But the hayloft doesn't accept grass. Not freshly cut grass, it only accepts obviously hay, which is dried grass. But I don't have the equipment to be able to dry grass. I would have to windrow, then run over it with a tedder to turn it, to get it drying. But yeah, this is pretty much what I do at the minute. Once I've done all my sort of field work, and I've done my fields for the day, I can jump on my mower if there's time left in the day, if there's still plenty of daylight, and just run round my fields, keeping the grass tidy, keeping the grass cut, selling the grass. I mean, obviously I'll show you in a second that selling grass makes you money. You can make money by selling the grass, so, and you can do it in a couple of ways. I'm just going to set the yeah, the steering, I need to fix the steering. I keep going on about it. It just feels weird. It's like there's nothing there. I'm not getting any kind of sense when I'm turning. It's not, like you say, trying to work against me and correct itself, which means that, you know, I make a tiny little input and it just wants to keep going in that direction. It doesn't try to counter me. Try and do this tree. And then I'm going to go sell this to make another couple of grand at the end of the day. So yeah, my next steps then, my next big plans will be to get a tedder, so I can at least make hay bales, or at least make hay. I'd have to use my forager then actually, because I can't sell hay bales. I can't store hay bales in my hayloft. I could sell them to other barn. I can sell them to the marketplace. The other farmers can buy hay bales and straw bales and that. But so yeah, I need a forager, so I need a tedder. Is there a front? I don't know if there's a front mounted tedder that I can mount on the front of the vehicle. Because what I would need to do then, no, because then what I'd need to do then is mow. Obviously this is going to windrow. I'm thinking if I ted, it's going to scatter everything, all the grass everywhere. So I'm going to have to windrow again, so I'm going to need a windrower as well. So I would ideally like a tedder on the front, a front mounted tedder on the tractor, and a windrow attached to the rear. So as I'm going along, I'm drying the grass, turning the grass to dry it, and then my windrower that's following behind me is then pulling that dried grass into nice single lanes, bringing it all together, so then I can run along with my forager, pick everything up, or again my baler to make lovely nice hay bales. So yeah, I'm going to have to buy a couple of bits of equipment. And like I say, I still want seeders for the other crop types, because at the moment I can only grow grain crops. I would like to get into a position where I can do like corn, sunflowers, oats and rye. That would be nice. I would like to get into maybe doing some silage stuff as well. And obviously the long-term goal is to get into so the mower is full, so I can turn the mower off. Would be to get into animal farming, and I think I'm going to start with sheep. Sheep are going to be a good thing to start with because they don't require too much maintenance. You just basically need to feed them grass, which this will be ideal for, because I can just mow around a field and then go and tip the grass into their feeding troughs, and then obviously water for them to drink. They don't require any like bedding, straw material and stuff like that. They don't produce a lot of any waste materials that need to be taken care of, and obviously they produce wool, which you can sell. You can put on. They produce pallets of wool which you can take and sell and make a lot of money. So basically, run up here into the barn. He automatically opens. We then empty it, and we'll make about £2 out of a full tank of grass. Unless, yeah, just over £2. Pretty good going. Market price for that is pretty good at the minute. Like I say, I've just made this area a little bit bigger so I can get my vehicles turning around, my trailers. I do like my little farmer fella. Look at him, look at him in his lovely little blue flannel. His blue little flannel shirt. You know, I'm not dressed to be a farmer. I don't have any flannel and I don't own any dungarees, but maybe, you know, maybe I can get into character one day. Really, you know, don the gear. Wow, it broke quick. You know, you turn the brakes are good on this thing. They're pretty lively. Yeah, slowed it down because it used to. You stepped on the accelerator and this thing used to take off like a rocket. So I've managed to sort that out in the mod. Boom, boom, boom. Right, so that bit's done. What else was I going to do? Chickens, check the chickens. Have they laid any eggs for me? Jump! I think I checked on the... Oh, no, we have got some eggs, look. We've got eggs. Yeah, you're laying lots of eggs. Now I did find there's a place in like the main sort of town centre that buys them, and I did find another place when I was out on my travels recently. So if I pull up the map, there's an area down here near the bakery. I think it's hit back here on this strip here where you can sell your eggs, and I'm pretty sure there's a building up in this area that also buys your eggs from you, or it seemed that way. I was having a bit of a hunt round. I'm tempted to go for a drive in my pickup truck as I still have some time, see if I can't sell those eggs. That's probably a good plan. So let's do that. Go and explore a bit more of the map. I'm not going to have that set at 50 miles. I'm going to set it to 30. 30 is a good speed, I think, for the pickup and for when you're on the roads. So where was, or where is, the house that buys the eggs? I think it's up here. I think it's up here. I'm going to have a quick look round here. Because there's a couple of buildings over here this way. Don't think it's these are the train buildings, I think. Yeah. It's not them. At least I don't think it's. It might be the houses though over here. But that seems to be more of a train station. Oh, careful not to smash his crops up. I think that. No, it was more of a house that I went to sell my. I thought. It's not that one. I've got a feeling it's north. You've got the petrol station here. Yes, it's this house here. Look. Which will buy eggs from me. So hop out the truck. I just run up here. And they buy all my eggs for 287 quid. Those are very expensive eggs. Not even Asda charges that much for eggs. And Asda's pretty dear. So yeah, watch out. But it's nice to know. Forgot we're in America. Gotta drive on the wrong side of the road. Gotta drive on the wrong side of the road when you're in America. That's not my field. I go past this place. Past this place. No, I don't. Because the Pacific Grain place is down there. So yes, I have to go this way for my field, my farm. And I'm still driving on the right side of the road, but it's the wrong side. We need to be on the wrong side of the road. Here we go. Oh, look, I've got a couple of... Oh, why haven't I picked those up? My grass bales. I need my tippy truck to come and pick those up. And again, I've got patches where I've missed seeding. A roller. So I've sowed my eggs. sowed them, and they were going to grow into eggplants. No, sold my eggs, not sowed. Can't you tell I'm from Lincolnshire? Sowed. So yeah, another day in my farming life is pretty much complete. I'm currently, like I say, in that weird state at the minute where I'm waiting for my crops to grow, my fields to grow so I can harvest them, which takes ages because, like I say, the growth control mod I've got in tends to make the growth cycles a lot longer. So basically now I'm at the point where I'm just waiting for everything to finish to grow so I can harvest it, and then so I'll probably end up doing a lot of work off camera for the other farmers, because look at that, we're still only in the basic growing phase. Certainly nowhere near harvesting. I can crank the speed up though to 120 times, which will enable us to get through the night time a lot faster. But yeah, there's not really a lot to do whilst waiting for my crops to grow, because I don't have a lot. I've only got 4 fields, which is why I need to kind of start investing and working on the next elements, or trying to get my fields staggered in such a way that I've got everything sort of happening at different stages, because otherwise what will happen, what I'm finding is all my fields need harvesting at the same time, so I'm having to rush like crazy with the combine to get everything harvested, and really I should have it so my fields are staggered, so they reach harvest stage on different days, which will give me a bit more time, which will enable me to take a bit more time and a bit more care when I'm doing my work, because obviously I have been making mistakes like on this field and the other field, and that's not good because that affects your profits. Nice sky. Look at the stars, look at the clouds, it's so pretty. Look at the sunset. Wow. It's a pretty game, isn't it? Oh look, me lights come on in my shed. I think that's the only vehicle I've got stored in here at the minute, my forager wagon. Probably going to put my combine in there when it's finished harvesting. Some of my ploughs and stuff like that, maybe. Cultivator. Keep my seeders and stuff down there at the farm where the seed tanks and everything are, because I'm going to need those. I've got my tippy wagon here for my grain. It's looking a bit dirty. I might need to give that a power wash at some point. So yeah, the farm's going well. I've started off quite well. I've been, you know, making my there's my tippy truck which picks up my bales, and there's my baler. Parking them there just for handiness, because keep them close to the hayloft. What are you doing there? Oh, you needed refueling. I haven't put fuel in you yet. I've got just over half a tank. Not going to fill him up just yet. What I am going to do is power wash him, give him a bit of a jet wash. Put my lights on. Out, pick up the jet wash, and then let's go. Give it a wash, give it a clean. Spend a bit of time. Not sure about the weights. plates called? The weights are clean now. Put that back. And hop back in the truck. Tractor, truck, tractor. Don't drive it over the grass and get it mucky again. That would be very stupid. Right, hop out. Does the tractor look cleaner now? Yes, it does. Look, looks almost brand new. Look at that! It's so shiny. Always power wash your equipment, people. That one's next, and also your tools. So these need power washing after I next use them because they're looking a bit grubby. That's not looking too bad actually, this tractor. But then again, it's only got the skinny, narrow field wheels, so it doesn't damage the crops and stuff. But yeah, 6 AM in the morning. Wow, time goes a lot quicker. The nights go a lot faster when you crank the time up. I could probably start to dial it back a bit now. 5 times is usually pretty good. 5 times, yeah. And I need to get my plough washed as well. Look at that. That's absolutely caked up, look, in mud. So that has been a day on the farm with me. I would have liked to have shown you a lot more. I'd like to have done some harvesting of my own stuff and showed you how I do that and use Courseplay to help me out, but that'll probably come in another video because, as you can see, stuff's just not growing. Everything's in its early growth stage. Let's have a quick look. Remaining time for growth. So wheat's got 3.4 in-game hours. Canola's got 2.8. Barley's got 4 hours. So the stuff that I'm sort of sowing and harvesting. So that's to move on a stage. So it's going to be like 8 AM before my wheat fields reach their next stage. So if I look at my wheat fields, which are 12 and 14, that will actually move up to the first harvesting stage in 3 hours by 8 AM. That'll move up to the final growing stage. Of course, I did discover as well when like I say, I tried to record a video yesterday, didn't work out, but I did discover that with the growth mod, you can only harvest your crops when they're in the real dark orange stage of ready to harvest. So like there, you could harvest field 8, but you wouldn't be able to harvest 9 or 31. Now in the, obviously, vanilla game, if you call it that, you can harvest these fields in these states, but you obviously don't get as much yield. But for me, I want to harvest obviously when it's ready to be harvested, and the mod will only let you harvest when the crops are ready to harvest. So yeah, that's my farm. That's my current equipment. Like I say, I've done a few design modifications. I've obviously put down my concrete. I've expanded this area, give myself some places to store equipment. Bought my hay loft, and obviously a couple of different mower sheds. Finance wise, how was I looking? Prices of crops are good. So yeah, made a decent amount. I've sold some buildings and stuff. Property maintenance, sold bales. Again, sold bales. Made a few quid from that. Harvest income, 87 grand from harvesting stuff on Friday. A couple of grand from Saturday. That's mainly grass, I think. A few bits. Field income. Obviously, I've done quite a lot. 200 grand of jobs for other farmers on Saturday. So I've been doing a lot of jobs for the other farmers. And again, I've been doing a lot of work myself, so I haven't had to pay too much in wages to workers. And obviously, some costs and expenses. That'll be my liquid fertilizer that I've just and seed. So yeah, I've been you know, I've been profitable, but I've been steadily making money, which is why I'm in the position I'm in, where I've got a couple of got nearly 300,000 in the bank, and like I say, I've paid off my loan, so I don't have a loan. But obviously, one of the things I need to look at getting is I need to get a tedder. I don't know which one to. I'm tempted to go for that one, but which one? No, which one was it? I was tempted to go for maybe that one. I can't remember now. I think it's maybe that one because it's 12.5 meters wide. And then I would also need a windrower, of course. I don't know if there's any front mounted ones. That's the only thing I haven't been able to find yet. I don't think there's front mounted windrowers. I think they're all follow behind. Same with the tedders, which is a bit of a shame because, like I say, I would like to ted a windrow with one machine and then have my loading wagon or baler on another machine following behind that. Otherwise, what I've got to do is basically use one tractor to ted, then a tractor to windrow, and then another tractor. I'm tying up 3 vehicles, which would make mowing a little bit less profitable. I also need to obviously buy a bigger mower if I'm going to turn a field into a hay field. I'd need something like this, which can obviously do a decent width, or even something like that. 9 meters is pretty decent. If my mowing width is 9 meters, then I could probably get away with a tedder. That's only 6. 13, 8.7, 11.2. So maybe that one, actually. That's probably the one to go for. And then windrowers again. If I'm mowing at sort of 9 meters, I'm going to need probably something like that one. Maybe even that one. Looks a little bit more compact. I would probably need to get another tractor as well, because obviously all my tractors are the same, T-Series, Valtras, and they've all got, well, they've got decent horsepower. They're all 250 horsepower, so they've got decent rating actually. Probably wouldn't need to get any more tractors at this point in time, unless of course I needed tractors for, let me think about this, is it the sowing machines? I think it's the, yeah, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, and I think that's sugar beet, isn't it? Yeah, sugar beet. It's only 140, 180 horsepower, so 270, that's it. That's where I got it from, because I wanted to go to a sewing machine that's 9 meters, got 9 meter width. My current ones are, I think, 3 meters and 6 meters, which is a little bit on the small side. So yeah, I need something with a bit more power to pull those. And if you start going into the realms of 15 meter wide, I mean, that would be nice. these are all skinny ones. So they're not an upgrade for me. There. So yeah. That's 12.8 metres. I mean, that's nice, and I would get away with that one. I'd get away with the John Deere with my current tractors. Hey, what? That's probably not a bad investment. 169 grand. 169. What did mine cost? Mine only cost 52. So it's more than to get double the width. It's nearly 3 times. Well, it is over 3 times as expensive. Damn. So I was thinking of that one, but what would I get for mine if I sold mine? What do I get for it? 37 grand. It's worth it. Possibly, maybe. But that's something for me to consider at a later date and time. I'm not going to be investing in anything like that today. So, anyway, thank you all for watching. It's been a nice little video. I hope you've enjoyed having a look around my farm and seeing me do some basic farming. And, yeah, I will probably do some more videos on this game. And, see how things go. So for now, thank you all for watching. It's goodbye from me.